Hey everybody, my name is Paul Eston Jr., aka Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BoyGreen25, baby. And yes, I'll probably explain this for all these videos because it's kind of weird seeing me just chilling on a recliner, but I just had complete ACL reconstruction surgery. So there's the robotic leg, goes all the way up to my hip, all the way down to the ankle, and elevated, as you can see. So this will be the setup here for the foreseeable future. Hopefully, we find out some other ways we can do this. But nonetheless, let's get right into it, guys. Bill Belichick, I mean, let's just call the swearing how it is. He fucked the Jets in the 2023 NFL draft. Now, let's go back to the beginning. There's a full article down below that you guys can check out. It's got all the intricate details, the draft value chart, and more details on all this. So the Jets trade from 13 to 15. That's one of the final pieces of the trade between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers for the Aaron Rodgers trade, a first-round pick swap. Now, at the time, not only did the Jets allow the Packers to jump in front of them in the first round, but sandwiched right in between there was 14 with the New England Patriots. So it could have potentially, leading into the draft, that could have affected the New York Jets. Obviously, it ended up doing it. Now, Green Bay ends up taking Lucas Van Ness, the pass rusher out of Iowa. Maybe the Jets had interest. They went with an edge rusher. But the commonality leading into the draft was that the Jets were hell-bent on taking an offensive lineman. Todd McShay called it, quote, a near lock that they were going to take offensive lineman. Of course, Todd McShay, Joe Douglas are super close. They used to be teammates back in the day on the Richmond Spiders. So the Jets wanted an offensive lineman. The problem is, of course, before the Jets even had an opportunity to pick, three of them went off the board. You had Paris Johnson Jr., who went to the Arizona Cardinals. You had Darnell Wright, who went to the Chicago Bears. You had Peter Skoronski, who went 11. And then the fourth of the big hog mollies went 14, not to the New England Patriots, but to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Patriots weren't going to go Broderick Jones. He was the final of the big tackles out of Georgia. But they knew that the Jets wanted offensive line. Again, this was the problem heading into the draft, that the Jets kind of had their cards on the table, that they were hell-bent on taking an offensive lineman, and when other people know that and you're predictable, they can jump you in the draft and kind of snipe you, which is ultimately what happened. So New England wasn't going to take the offensive lineman, but they didn't want the Jets to get the offensive lineman, which was widely speculated they wanted Broderick Jones. So New England calls up Pittsburgh at 17 and says, hey, Pittsburgh, you want to come up for this pick? We'll even give you a discount. And that's what part of the article is about. An anonymous NFL GM told the Washington Post, here's the quote, an anonymous GM told the Washington Post they should have had to give up a third-round pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers, not afford to move up there. An NFL general manager told anonymously to the Washington Post, Belichick did it just to fuck the Jets. He sold low because he knew the Steelers were going to take the kid the Jets wanted to take, and ultimately that's what happened. Here's what happened. So the Steelers used number 17th overall, their first-round pick, and a fourth-round pick, which was number 120 overall. According to the NFL draft value chart, the combination of those two picks from Pittsburgh was short. Because like the 14th overall pick for the Patriots worth 1,100 points. The 17th overall pick is worth 950. So the Steelers, in theory, had to make up about 150 points of difference to make it a straight-up equal trade. The number 120 overall pick they gave him was only 54 points. So the Patriots gave him basically the discount of 100 points, which is a pretty big deal in the draft. So New England took a big bite. They kind of dove on the grenade less value, but they went out of their way to F the Jets. And ironically enough, the Jets and Patriots ended up making a trade later in the draft for that same pick the Steelers gave them, ironically, in that draft. So the Jets, when they moved back in the fourth round for the New England Patriots. What? Bill friggin' Belichick, man. Again, I will tell you, honestly, I was kind of nervous about Broderick Jones to begin with. He's this raw, super talented prospect. Some draft evaluators say he's got the highest ceiling of any offensive lineman in this class. But the real problem is there was maturity issues that I was hearing about. I heard that from Todd McShay. I heard that from Albert Breer, and kind of like practice habits. And there's a couple of things that kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. So, a guy who's super talented but doesn't equate on the practice field and stuff. That kind of stuff scares me. And also, why did it take him so long to finally start at Georgia? That also a red flag. So I was kind of nervous about Broderick Jones in general. The offensive lineman I wanted was Peter Skoronski. So I would have felt much worse if Skoronski fell to 14 and then the Patriots did that. That would have made me pretty upset. But interesting that Bill Belichick went out of his way to try to F the Jets by hooking up the Steelers. Of course, the Jets, in theory, make a panic pick by taking Will McDonald. The Jets used all of their draft time that was allotted take Will McDonald. The thought is they were going to try to trade back, but they couldn't find the right partner. It kind of goes with the other video we have on the channel with the Quinnen Williams, Mike Mayock thing, where Mayock wanted to trade up for Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams, 2 or 3. You guys can check out that video. And when he wasn't able to do that, he's like, well, I guess I'll trade back. And he couldn't trade back with anybody. So I said, shit, I guess I'll take Cleveland Farrell. So go back to the Jets thing. They want to trade back. They're like, well, we like Will McDonald on our board. Okay, we'll just take him. So we'll see ultimately what Will McDonald is. Again, you don't really know till about 3 years down the line to properly judge prospects, but it's crazy to think that the Jets wanted a hog molly. They couldn't get one in the first round. Hell, they couldn't get one in the second round. Another guy I really liked was Matthew Bergeron out of Syracuse. He ends up going earlier to the Atlanta Falcons. So the Jets never addressed the offensive tackle question until day 3 of the 2023 NFL draft in the 4th round when they took Carter Warren. He would have went higher if he didn't get injured at Pittsburgh, but he's probably not a reliable option this year. We'll see health-wise if he can be maybe a swing option, potentially at left or potentially on the right side, potentially. But yeah, man, really punched the Jets right in the junk, but they did end up signing veteran Billy Turner. They've got Max Mitchell. They got Dwayne Brown. They got Mekhi Becton. So they got a few options there at offensive tackle, but probably not the way that they originally intended with the benefit of the draft. And of course, Bill Belichick hates the New York Jets. He was the head coach for all of 5 seconds in 2000, and then he resigned, and there was a big hubbub back and forth. But Bill Belichick hates the New York Jets, and it rears its ugly head once again. He's been very open, and we have some of the links down below in the article about why he hates the New York Jets. Actually, in a couple of books, I'll have plenty of time to read with this bum leg, so I'll be diving into some more books. But there it is, Bill Belichick trying to F the Jets, and is successful in the NFL draft. Now, did the Jets really want Broderick Jones? That's what all the draft experts say, but only the Jets truly know if that was indeed the case. Nonetheless, I'm kind of fine with it because I didn't want Broderick Jones anyway. Peter Skoransky may have been a different story. Broderick Jones, I think I'm okay. Hey, everybody, make sure you like the video. Hit subscribe down below. We're getting closer and closer to 5,000 subs. We're about 200 and change away from that, so any help would be awesome. Also, let us know down in the comments what you think about the Patriots, because that's a game I got circled on the schedule. Can't wait till Aaron Rodgers is giving the business to the New England friggin' Patriots. All right, everybody, got this video up. I'm going to rest up because this leg hurts like a mother trucker, so got to get some pain meds and kind of chill out, but had to throw another video up on the channel. You guys could check out the full article down below. Thanks for all the support, everybody. It means the world, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.